ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, live from your living rooms, from your couches, from your beds, wherever you at. We back, baby.
We back, baby.
It's a brand new edition of the Bros With No Hoes Podcast. It is VinceBracy.com, the hardest working man in showbiz.
I like that song. It is Chase P, a.k.a. Chase Alamode, a.k.a. Young Pinot Grigio, Pinot Gang. Hopefully y'all staying safe out there. Hopefully you are following the guidelines of the government. Hopefully y'all not outside. Yeah. I mean, I'm about to get outside because I haven't been outside in a long time.
Everybody's got cabin fever at this point. I feel like it makes sense for your sanity. You know, I tell everybody, stay safe, which means that you should stay home. Stay sane, which means that you should try to find something to do productive with your time or to keep yourself happy. And of course, stay sanitized, which means that y'all should be washing your hands as often as possible.
Of course, which is a given.
Doing everything, clean up the house if you super bored. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you get a chance. I didn't walk around. I didn't walk around with my sage here today. It's only 1:45 in the afternoon over here. I just rolled out of bed, ate some breakfast, and hopped on the pod. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I hope y'all are staying sane out there. It's rough.
How are you out there?
I'm not doing
the wet. You know, it's funny because I read this article. I think this was like 2 days ago. The smog in LA has improved and the air has become cleaner since that people are kind of like inside now.
Really?
Like, have you noticed?
I can kind of see that.
Have you noticed the air quality?
Obviously, been able to tell.
Outside.
Me personally, again with my conspiracy theories, I'm thinking that is still chemtrails and stuff out there because when we officially went on lockdown, like around March 18th, it was raining in Southern California. And once again, Tony had told all of us a long time ago that it never rains in Southern California. So that's something that I'm kind of like, I'm still shaky about. So it was gray. It was rainy for a very long time. And then more recently, the sky has been opening up and I have been able to see the mountains, which are like right there, you know what I'm saying, from my house. So yeah, you know, if the air quality is going up, shout out to LA for doing a better job. But like I said, I went to the store yesterday going against our social distancing rules. You know, we've been on lockdown, but you can go out for essential needs.
Yeah, I usually go out to like get something, you know, gotta get my toilet paper.
Gotta get some TP, man.
Gotta have toilet paper.
And we never realized how much we need toilet paper until now. And I didn't think it was that crazy.
You know what it is? I've realized that the more people are in the house, they're eating, you're shitting more. So it's like
the more you eat,
the more you
shit. You know, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
So the amount of food you get, you need twice as much of toilet paper to be able to sustain that level of shittery. You know what I'm saying?
The level of shittery is at an all-time high in these very dark times. It's sad to say. So yeah, so I that was something that I didn't realize the connection, but as you just mentioned, it was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be sitting here trying not to eat on my food, and in failing in that, I'm gonna end up on the toilet a lot. So I've been trying to keep a good, you know what I'm saying, rational on my toilet paper and my snack ratio, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so yesterday me and Jazz went out to the store to go get a case of water and some shampoo because she needed to wash her hair. I guess she's been sitting in the house with
as if you're going anywhere, but okay.
You know what I'm saying? But she gotta, you know what I'm saying, black women, naturalistas. You know what I'm saying? They gotta keep her, you know, her curls was on point yesterday, you know what I'm saying? She ain't had nobody to show them off to but me. So I had to let her get her shampoo on, and it was an excuse for me to get outside, get some fresh air, and go pick up some water.
Do you find it interesting that now people are doing these, and it's mostly women, no offense, but are doing these like the going out challenge where they're like they'll just randomly dress up just to show like a going out outfit.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what the women's gonna have to do something. They gotta do something. They gotta show off their stuff. I've already caught Jazz like ordering clothes and stuff. I'll be like, but where are you going?
Where are you going though?
Where are you going? No. I'm just trying to figure out where these outfits getting used.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'll get, even right now, like I'll put on a shirt or a hat or something like that just to make it feel like at least I'm doing something. But yeah, shout out to the women doing those what is it?
Going out challenge or whatever.
And stuff like
Literally
that.
just sat there.
It gives them something to do. That's what we all
literally just sat there, put
That's
on a regular, literally put on a whole hour's worth of an outfit.
Just if somebody else got the Ronies out there.
3 seconds. Oh yeah, you hear the sirens, right?
Yeah, it literally, everybody needs something to do in these times, and it gives them something to do. I just saw that. Shout out to the WNBA posted one, and I was like, I wasn't even thinking about these women. I'm glad y'all got up and started getting dressed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the WNBA. It's rough out here, man. How you holding up with no other entertainment besides yourself?
Honestly, I'm just glad a nigga paid his cable bill. Keep it
up. For real.
I'm just glad I paid my cable bill and my shit is still on.
For real.
I've been watching a lot of shit. Obviously, if you guys who follow me,
might have to cancel my cable soon if they don't stop taking that money out too.
Yeah, you might have to.
they took their bill recently, and I was like, I forgot to take off auto pay for the Spectrum.
Now you got to take it off.
Spectrum is trash too. I got to take it off.
You got to take it off that auto pay and just wait.
I might have to let it run out and just chill with Netflix for the rest of the quarantine. You know what I'm saying? Because Netflix is doing us well at this time.
They doing good with the Tiger King is popping right now. I did watch that whole series. I thought that was because me, like, I like anything crime. So anything that's like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about like somebody like killing somebody, but especially when it's crime that is involved in around shit that we don't really think about all the time, like fucking animals. Like this shit was.
So we sticking on Tiger King?
We could talk about Tiger King.
If we talking about Tiger King, because basically there's nothing else to do but talk about what people are watching on Netflix nowadays, and there is a lot of different things, but Tiger King has become a craze for whatever reason, because the shit is just crazy. The shit is pretty crazy.
It is white people doing the craziest of crazy.
I don't know when it officially launched, but I feel like this was like whenever the quarantine happened, they was like, oh, we got to drop this shit now. Like, because it was definitely one day where I was sitting on my couch. I think it was everything. All of this was still happening already. But what was going on was basically everybody at the exact same time has gotten that Netflix notification when it comes up. Oh, this brand new show has just dropped on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what everybody had gotten at the same time, because I noticed I watched like the trailer, and the next few hours everybody on my timeline was talking about it. So, I didn't watch the trailer at first. I just seen people like posting like little memes and stuff on Instagram, and I thought Tiger King memes.
But I thought it was a reality show because people kept talking about how crazy it is. So I thought it was just a regular reality show. And I'm like, I'm not about to watch this shit. But then I turned on Netflix. Obviously, we all bored as hell. And I'm like, you know what? Let me see what this is about. And then I actually watched the whole series in one day. Like, that shit was actually pretty good.
You watched the entire thing?
The whole thing in one day.
Oh, so you wait. So don't ruin nothing for me.
I'm not going to ruin nothing for you.
That's one thing about other podcasts. When they start talking about stuff too, I'll be like, wait. You know what I'm saying? I might have to skip over some. So
yeah, I saw the whole shit.
I haven't seen. I don't want to ruin it too much for anybody either, but I haven't seen past episode 3 or 4. So I know for the general public out there that hasn't seen it, doesn't know what everything is going on. It starts with some guy smoking a cigar or something like that, talking about, I don't even know where to start. Oh, you want to start from the beginning? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guess we should start from the beginning. Takes a long drag of his cigar. I'm like, all right, you already got me off of this, off of whatever kind of story you're about to tell off of this. The trailer is just talking about crime and people getting murdered and tigers and gay marriage and all. It's wild.
It was some wild shit.
It's wild. I'm like, all right, you fake got me. I start watching the show, and I don't know how many minutes in, but like I said, that's how the show started, and I was hooked. So I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes in, but it's pretty intense, and
it's an intense show.
I can see why people flock to this in this
It got me like right after the first episode. It is an action show. But you know what? It was the first episode that got me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm here bored. Let me watch the whole thing. And every episode, I'm like, nah, I gotta watch out. It is ultimate
boredom TV.
But I'm like, every episode, I'm like, nah, I gotta watch more of this. Because this was actually pretty good. Like, I want them. Damn, you didn't see the rest of the shit, so you don't know how it went down.
But for everybody, if you need something to watch, again, Chase said he's a crime type of guy, so there definitely is crime. If you're into any type of any other type of, it's almost got everything. There's a lot of foolishness and fuckery that takes place. If you like animals, if you like action, you'll probably see somebody get mauled by a tiger at some point.
You
know what I'm saying? It's a lot. If you like mystery, I'm really into it for the mystery. Like I said, that's what got me. It's like, oh, you wouldn't even know. There's some like Scarface character involved. Like, oh yes, we were shipping drugs by the ton load. I'm like, what does this have to do with tigers though?
It's so crazy how like one little thing could spiral out of control and just bring up mad shit. Yeah. Like it was mad shit going on in there, like just mad shit. And it was just like, when you first saw it, it was literally just a guy talking about how people flocked into, and it's fucking, this is the thing too, like a lot of people complaining about, oh, we don't fuck with Joe Exotic because he says some racist shit.
Shout out to Joe Exotic.
So
he said some racist shit, unshout out to Joe Exotic.
No, so here's the thing. So he says, I think he was doing something where they caught on camera him saying that he was he couldn't say the N-word. So he was kind of telling people like, yo, it's kind of discrimination. Wow.
Because he would say it?
He did, I don't know if he said it, but he was just
he used to say it.
It's crazy how black people can say the N-word, but I can't say the N-word. Like, it's discrimination for me to not. So people kind of got out on him for that. But what people don't realize is fucking Oklahoma. Like, the fucking epitome of dusty ass rednecks.
I don't want to talk about Oklahoma like that.
I've never been, but like Oklahoma is one of the biggest.
I didn't even know that's where it was. But if you were to look at this show, and without even knowing where it is, best believe the show is covered in dusty ass rednecks.
It is dusty ass rednecks. Like, of course the shit is going to be racist.
It's like what was that show, Duck Dynasty, but with tigers?
Yeah, it's like, basically Duck Dynasty with tigers.
So I don't want to give away too much of the show, but for people like my girlfriend Jasmine, who was just standing here staring at me just now, trying to figure out why in the hell I'm talking about Tiger King, because I keep trying to force her to watch it. The memes that you're seeing with Carol involving Miss Carol, what's her last name? You know her last name? Basket. I do want to put out, again, not to give away any of this story, but there's a common theme, a common running joke on social media that is probably going over y'all's heads right now, that Carol killed her husband by feeding him to a tiger.
I think that's true.
And before I even started getting into the show, I started seeing these memes. And the fact that the case has been reopened, allegedly. The case has been allegedly reopened about one of her husband's disappearing acts is hilarious to me.
I'm gonna be honest. I think she killed her husband.
Now, for everybody that's watching that has seen it and maybe that hasn't, just give us a reason or two why you think that she definitely killed her husband. Because I'm curious and I can't wait to watch this shit.
Because her husband, she came from a poor family, right? Her husband was rich. Like, the nigga had money. I don't know how much he was worth, but they were saying from like $5 to $20 million. He had money.
I heard that.
So he filed, like, I don't know if this is like the episode after, but I mean, I gotta spoil it a little bit. So apparently he filed a restraining order against her. Did you see that part?
That's exactly where I'm at right now.
Okay, so apparently, he filed a restraining order against Carol, his wife.
And the show is at least like 7 hours long, so you're
the entire show.
It's 1 hour episode. Or it's not that super relevant to the story, but you'll get it. He
filed a restraining order against Carol, which was his wife at the time.
Right.
He was telling family members like, "Yo, I don't really trust this bitch. Like, I don't really trust this bitch. Like, she threatening me. She's saying she's gonna kill me. I don't really know." So, here's the thing. He dies, right? Well, he goes missing. Allegedly goes missing.
Oh God.
She waits. So, in order to be legally pronounced dead, you have to be missing for at least 5 years. She waited the 5 years. He was pronounced dead. Once she did that, she took all of his money and left his family nothing.
Ow.
Nothing. Like, basically, it's basically like Pretty much like this. Like she got $1 million. I'm just, I don't know how much it was, but she basically got $1 million and said, all right, well, I'm going to take the $1 million. I'm going to take all of his properties, all of his estates, and I'll give y'all 100,000 and y'all figure out what y'all going to do with that. That's what she did.
Okay, so that's your main case for.
And not only that, threatened. The family was like, "Yo, we need to speak out about this because we need to get our fair estate."
You're right.
You know
I saw his family looking wild sad.
Like, yo. Then she threatened them, like, "Listen, if y'all keep saying this shit, some shit gonna go down. It's not gonna look too pretty for you." Like, threaten them, and they said it on the motherfucking series. Like, yo, like. We've been wanting to speak out about this shit.
She sent them a video petting tigers while she was saying this shit. Say, it would be a shame if anything were to
happen to you guys. Like, threatening them, saying, listen, if y'all keep this shit up, y'all gonna be missing too. I don't know if she said that verbatim, but basically that's the vibe of what she gave to them.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, stay the fuck up out my business.
Yo, and I'm not gonna lie. Here's the thing. So here's the thing about Carol that pisses me off. And it's not even about the murder case. She's mad that Joe Exotic, the main guy, right, is holding tigers in captivity. He's hoarding tigers in captivity,
right?
And using them for show and letting people come in and showing them off. She's mad at the other dude. I forgot the other dude name.
Don something that does
the Doc something, whatever the fuck.
In Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, she's mad at him for the same situation. But you doing the same exact thing as they doing.
So
you
again,
have mad tigers in your shit. And it's not like, see, it be
Jay sound like he ready to work on the farm for Joe.
Yo, I was about to be like, listen, I'll kill a bitch. I'll give me 100,000 and I'll kill her. Shit.
Yo, I'll take Carol out. Watch.
I'll take it. I'll go down to Tampa and kill her. But it's just crazy because it'd be different if she was like, you know what? I hold them in here for about maybe 1 to 2 years, and
then release them to the wild.
Release them to the wild so that they can actually get back to their normal state. No,
so if anybody doesn't want to waste their time, this is the main conflict of Tiger King is that Carol Burnett, you said, or
Baskin,
Carol Burnett. Carol Baskin is the leader of Big Cat Rescue, a rescue service, I guess, that takes care of big cats such as lions, tigers, bears, any other of those big cats and stuff like that. And Joe runs like an exclusive show,
like an exotic zoo.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a petting farm. Everybody's been to a petting zoo at some time and probably doesn't realize that petting zoos are most likely just somebody that has farm animals in their house.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? Petting zoos are not usually like an official zoo, like the Bronx Zoo or a San Diego Zoo or something like that.
Yeah.
So he runs a giant tiger petting zoo. And obviously, I don't know if he's got certification, but he's been trained and has been training other people to use this safely. And even though there are mishaps, things happen. But yeah, Carol's been doing the exact same thing pretty much under the guise of we're keeping these animals safe. Those guys shouldn't do that because it's dangerous. And
like
that's what the back and forth of the whole show is.
She's convinced everyone that she is saving these animals and saving them from harm when you're pretty much putting them in the same captivity, the same cages as the same people who are doing it across the country. Joe Exotic is doing the same thing that Carol is doing. The only thing is that Joe may be doing stuff a little bit more illegal now. Like he may be, killing tigers that may not be, show ready or whatever like that. Whereas Carol is just like letting them die. Like even doesn't matter how much you do it. And the thing that makes Carol worse.
Yo, he's really on Joe's side. I
am on Joe's side.
That's why the name of the show is Tiger King. It's not Big Cat live on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? It's Tiger King.
Here's the thing about Joe versus
album
Joe,
on iTunes.
Now, in honesty, Joe's fucked up too. Like his shit.
Yeah, there's so many things wrong with him, which is why every episode that I see more, I'm like, oh, he's fucked up. This is interesting.
So Joe has like official employees,
Mm.
but he only pays them like $100 a week.
I just learned this.
And they live in like some shitty ass trailer. He gets expired food from
I said, don't give away too much now. Don't give away too much now.
I got this because that's the only context he gives them expired food to eat.
Yeah.
And like they're just living in shit. What? But
he rescued them from.
They was all like in jail. They was coming out of prison. Some of them.
He's got people that can't get jobs anywhere, and I literally
and just
cleaning them up. That I saw, he found some lady that was like begging at a gas station or something like that, and was like, "Yo, you need a job." So great person for that, everything. But you can't. Yeah,
you can't ask for everything. Literally. Exactly. So he's cleaning them up, giving them a job. It may not pay them as much, but it's giving you a place to stay. All that.
You get to work with tigers, bitch. Where else you get that? Where else do you get this experience?
But the thing about Carol that's fucked up is the people that work for her are volunteers.
Yeah, she's really got them brainwashed.
So she's brainwashed the fuck out of them to make them feel like, yo, you're saving these animals. So she's getting free labor.
And she's making money and got millions stashed away, allegedly.
And literally does the same thing that Joe does. She invites people into her park.
And talks shit about him and gets people she doesn't even know to bash him from states away, to bash him and shut his stuff down. So and she's gotten good with the that's a true criminal right there. That's the kind of stuff that we're watching behind the scenes on like the Daredevils and I'm watching Blacklist now. Blacklist is officially my shit. I'm just putting it out there. But yeah, when you get cool with the people that make the laws to make it so like this person can't do something that you're doing, make it illegal for them to do it, like crazy. That's the ultimate hustle right there.
So I do have to give Carol her credit because that is some hustle shit. That is some mastermind shit. But it is fucked up. They're basically doing the same thing. It's just one is trying to tell you that I'm the good person and they're trying to make each other seem like they're bad, but they're doing the same thing.
That is awesome.
Show is great. Love the show.
No. Tiger King is great. So for anybody that, again, it's not for everybody. I'll admit that it's not for everybody. But if you're looking for just some boredom, some entertainment type stuff to take care of, then there it is. Like I said, what is there any other crazy shows? I want to shout out to dang. I didn't want to start with LeBron, but I guess LeBron is the person behind it. Spring Hill Entertainment, Maverick Carter, Self-Made is an amazing. I think it's a miniseries also about Madam C.J. Walker. I think you would really appreciate that. Uncorked, I watched recently about this guy that's just trying to follow his dreams, man. Trying to get to the wine, you know what I'm saying? Pinot Gang.
Uncorked? It's on Netflix?
Uncorked, I believe, is on Netflix. It's about this guy that his father runs a restaurant, and he's got like a bunch of different jobs, and he wants to become a sommelier. You know what I'm saying? And first off, for the gang, I had to get into the wine. So I was like, we talked about this. I actually really do want to learn more about wine. So I thought that was super dope. And then he took it to the next level. Like he's just really trying to achieve his dreams. And then it's still weighed down by the everyday struggles of the modern day black man trying to deal with the girl and the parents and the, all the other stuff and people not letting him live his life and stuff like that. So he just got to figure out a way to achieve the goal of becoming a sommelier. And I feel like that too. I
was just watching this documentary on HBO. It's a sports documentary about like the scandal of like people who are like paying coaches and paying players to like come to college, like buying their house, their family like houses and cars and shit like that. Like that's all like illegal. Like you can't do that shit. You can't bribe a player to like come to your school or whatever. So I'm watching this. I actually need to watch it again because I caught it in the middle. Like this one dude, black dude, was like part of this AAU team. It was like known by like mad, college coaches, and like he was helping like recruit players for like certain schools. But then like somebody tried to get him into this scheme of like, yo, if you want to kick your game up, like you need to start, doing some illegal shit. Like you need to start paying players and bribing coaches, paying coaches to be like, yo, this kid from, you know, this school in Indiana, like this high school kid, like he's number 2 in the country. Like if you want him, you know, here's 50,000, you know, give his family this amount of money, tell him he's going to have this, basically like, you know, sell him a dream.
Is this hypothetical?
No, it's all on record.
I was about to say, this is happening.
It's all on record.
Yay. That's, crazy, crazy times we live in still. I mean, not to say that this hasn't been going on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, it's always been a big thing. But like this one documentary, I forgot the name of it. Shit. I got to see the name of it.
In that same realm, random shout out to LaMelo Ball, who purchased his I think his agent basketball league team. It was most likely his agent. I'm like, Bello got basketball.
Yeah, his agent
does have something saved up, but probably legally, for legal reasons, his agent had to do that.
His agents bought it, but that's much respect.
Yeah, give his Australian basketball mates.
Listen, no matter what you say about the Ball family, about the father like being all fucking
about the business,
like they are doing something that most players wish they could do. They taking all the finances, putting it in their hands. They taking control of their own fucking. They not letting coaches and agents just run their whole life and take money out of their pockets. Like they really involved with their shit, and you got to respect that at the end of the day. Like you have to respect that.
What you gonna do about it?
Like even the dude, I don't know if you know the story about Rich Paul. That's LeBron James's agent.
Yeah, what about him?
So he was like taking players from high school and being like, yo, you already NBA bound. Like you don't need to go to college. So he would do stuff like, I forgot there was this one player where he got him an internship at, I think, Under Armour, some it was like Converse or one of them sneaker companies. And he got paid like a paid internship at this, I think it was Under Armour, got him $1 million. And after that, he was like, yo, and I'm gonna get you to try out for the NBA. And like the NBA agents
Who's
is
this?
Like Rich Paul, black dude.
No, I'm saying do we know who the player is?
I forgot the name of the fucking player. I was
like, this is somebody that's possibly in the league right now.
But Phoenix could pull up Rich Paul and his like the player that he fucking took from high school all the way to the NBA without even having to go through college.
I was like technically LeBron, but
I mean basically, well, he wasn't LeBron's agent, but like like I like how a lot of these players are starting to take things into their own hands and realize that they're the prize. Like your school don't run unless I'm dribbling the fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm fucking dunking on motherfuckers.
That's why I think that that NCAA conversation is very important.
It's real, but like, and I mean, I don't know if you want to go into it, but like, the thing about it's two sides to the NCAA. And for people who went to like a Division I school, so like a big school like that's on TV. Me, I went to a Division I school. So my school, we was in the tournament last year, all that shit.
Right.
We got into the second round. We lost, but we was in the tournament, all that shit. We get ESPN.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah. Like ESPN comes to our school, all that shit. Like whenever they have the NFL combine shit, like summertime, I remember one summer I spent up there, they was doing the NFL shit. Like it's that big. But we're like a low grade D1 school.
Right.
But D1 players, D1 athletes, no matter what sport it is, they get treated like fucking gold.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, bro, I had class with two I think one was a football player and the other one was a basketball player. Swear to God, first day of class, they was there. I didn't see them until the last day of class, bro. Swear to God. Did not see them till the last day of class. I'm sure they probably passed it because the teachers be like, nah, don't worry, you good. So they get
past the play.
They get treated like gold. They get people like the you know, some campuses they'll have like subways and shit like that. They'll have like, you know, like the fucking fast food joints, and then they'll have the regular dining hall shit. The fast food places at my school would make food for the teams for free.
Bang, bang.
They would make
it's an honor.
For the teams for free. And if you at a big Division I school, I'm talking like Syracuse or fucking Arizona, like them big ass schools that you see, that's getting like $100 million from like Nike, them niggas got their own fucking like they got a fucking dorm room just for the athletes.
That's what it's about.
They got big ass.
Please,
fucking
Monroe
locker rooms,
College
all
got
that shit.
dorms just for the athletes.
Yeah, just for the athletes. Meanwhile, niggas can't even fucking go into the library and get a fucking worthy book. Like the books is all fucking outdated. The school spends their money all on sports.
That's what it's all about.
That's what rakes in the money. Unfortunately,
that's what keeps it pumping.
That's what keeps it popping. Now, on the other side, kids don't get paid. They stress themselves out. But to be honest, it's not as bad as people make it out to seem. It's not that bad. Like these niggas be walking around the campus like kings, bro, and queens. If you in a women's sports,
I agree with that.
Kings and queens, like everybody throws shit at them. Teachers like help them out.
I agree with that. That's the best that they could do, though. I agree with the principle, though, that somebody should be making some damn money, including these kids, off of all these millions and billions.
So on that side, the school does make a lot of money off of them, and that is unfortunate that the players don't get paid.
At least the roughest thing is selling somebody's jersey. Like, wow.
But who's buying college? Who's buying college jerseys? Let's keep it a buck. You're not gonna buy no
People
college.
Are buying college. How many Michael Jordan North Carolina jerseys have you seen?
But I've
seen San Diego State Kawhi Leonard jerseys.
But that's
when these kids are in college.
I don't know about when they
jerseys.
I don't know when they in college. But
even
when
if it don't have their name on it, they're buying a jersey to represent. Like, I used to work for the Harlem Wizards. Kids would buy the little Wizards jerseys. They never met you know what I'm saying, Roscoe Johnson from Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Roscoe. But because he's wearing that jersey and they could see that he can dunk and they put him on Sports Center because he can break backboards, they want that jersey. You know what I'm saying? So when a kid is shout out to Seton Hall, when a kid is buying a Miles Powell jersey or a Seton Hall jersey because he's seeing Miles Powell knock down threes, or because at Duke Zion is you know what I'm saying, shaking the whole stadium and stuff like that. Like, kids don't care. Kids is not thinking about college. You know what I'm saying?
They just think about the player.
They think about the players.
Okay,
that's where
I give you that. From my perspective, maybe because my school wasn't that big.
Yeah.
But like, nobody was buying jerseys, and the only time you bought a jersey, like we had a low
grade D1.
We was low grade D1.
If, like I said, Duke, come on, Duke is selling out.
Okay.
Give me another school. Even Syracuse. Syracuse
is huge.
With Syracuse jerseys.
Syracuse is huge. I went to University of Buffalo.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? The thing about the difference between Buffalo and like a school like Syracuse is like Syracuse, that's all they got. All they got is Syracuse University. That town is like if Syracuse didn't have a college there, that whole town would be trash. So of course they're gonna all be invested in the college sports teams. But Buffalo, we had the Buffalo Sabres, the NHL team. We had the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had professional teams.
At least.
So it was like nobody really gave a fuck about the college teams, even though Buffalo is a college town. Like, nobody really gave a fuck about the college teams because we all had professional football and hockey teams. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. Syracuse, I can see why. Like, or like UConn. Like, I know I visited UConn a long time ago. Like, it's nothing but just the school there. So of course, like, niggas is gonna be like, yeah, we gonna buy UConn jerseys and stuff like that. But if you in a town, but if you in a school that's in a town where there's shit going on, it's hard to like for niggas to be like invested into that school.
What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? So I mean, yeah, I just think that people should come to some type of way for players to make something. I mean, again, a lot of people are saying that like you mentioned, the fact that they basically live like kings and queens, and the scholarship portion of it can be considered payment for an education that they wouldn't get anywhere else, you know. But yeah, the money is still very dirty. If anybody cares more about the subject, I definitely encourage you guys to go watch this episode of South Park where he was trying to compare like the I think the football players to slaves, Cartman. and he was asking like the heads of like colleges. He's like, so how do you get your slaves to be so obedient? Like he was like, oh, the players. Wait, why do you keep calling them slaves? Like, so it was very funny. And South Park is really good with making like cultural statements and stuff like that. But we talked about us being locked down. We talked about the animals being locked down. We talked about the players and their monies being locked down. Somebody has been unlocked for whatever reason in this time that I didn't even know was real. We have to talk about this apparently. And just for everybody else, Darius Baisley was the person that we were talking about. Darius Baisley plays for the who's he play for? He was from Syracuse. He decommitted from Syracuse and ended up playing for, where'd he go? He's in the G League. All right, cool.
He was in the G League, and then I think he's the one that did the internship. And what the fuck did y'all just send me on Twitter?
Shout out to Rich Paul. No, that was some other. Phoenix is sending us all types of crazy stuff on here. Is this what you wanted us to talk about? I was going to talk about 6ix9ine getting out. Are we talking about the running butthole challenge?
Let's talk about 6ix9ine first.
I'm mad this is a thing that Phoenix sent us. But so 6ix9ine. I don't even know. I got to hop on Google real quick. But yeah, so tell me about our wonderful Mr. Daniel Fernandez. Snitch 9 has been released into the streets.
Hey.
Why do we still turn up to this shit?
Because I love it.
6ix9ine out of prison. So I first got the news on April Fool's Day, of course, and immediately
I thought it was a joke.
Immediately turned it down and was like, nah, no way. So now I'm seeing videos of him. Has he been on live? Has he been on his Instagram page?
I don't know. Let me see. Hold up real quick.
Has anybody been on his Instagram page since?
Phoenix, have you seen it?
Huh?
Phoenix? I'm asking Phoenix.
Because I'm scared. I'm really scared. There's no way. No, he hasn't been on Instagram. There's no way. So yeah, people are saying that he was released, and I'm still in disbelief about this. I'm looking for proof. I need proof. I just need proof
too.
I just need proof. So if he was to be released, they said it was because of the coronavirus. Situation. Because I guess they were scared, or him and his lawyers were scared that he was going to catch it because of the high rates. Now, I don't even know too much about the fact that people have been getting out of jail because of that.
Yeah, like they definitely
have been releasing people.
They've been releasing a couple people because of it. Which honestly, I think if you have like a non-offensive crime.
Bro, this is in the New York Times. That's crazy. As Tekashi 6ix9ine is released, inmates fearing coronavirus ask, why not me? For real.
I think if you have a non-offensive crime, like fraud or something like that, or like
I lied a lot.
Tax evasion.
Because he technically didn't touch nobody. There was a lot of gun violence involved, but all he did was lie a lot and yell.
True.
On a beat.
He ain't do nothing. He ain't really do nothing.
People still want him dead. I guarantee this.
Do you think in this time of social distancing and self-quarantine, somebody's going to make an attempt on his life?
I feel like when I heard that, I was like, this would be the best time to let him out because everybody's inside. So he has no choice but to, stay his ass inside, and anybody that wanted to get him would have to come outside to try to find him. So I guess it kind of makes sense. But at the same time,
you think somebody's going to test him?
I feel like the second somebody figures out where he at, I don't know how if niggas is really about to brave the Ronies just to kill him. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, how bad?
If you taking penitentiary chances to kill somebody,
because even if you go to, because that's the thing, if you go to kill him, you're taking wild. Not only there's wild chances of, like, on a regular day without the coronavirus, you're taking wild chances to go to kill somebody because you could end up dead in the process already. Like, but you going out to kill him in the midst of a pandemic. Who knows what kind of bacteria you could come into contact with on the, you know what I'm saying? He might have it. He was in the jail. You know what I'm saying? You might get blood spatter back at you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. So I'm just curious as to, like, once you go outside to try to kill somebody and then got to come back to the solace of your home, like, are you worried about your own family members after you just murk somebody? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so many questions.
So many questions. Minus the fact that you could be going to jail too.
Oh yeah. No, on top of that, I'm thinking, so I heard
they can catch you, you could be going to jail for murder. I mean, minus that.
We're supposed to be talking about our lack of hoes in this time, but I didn't think that they were how serious the law would be cracking down, but obviously everything is still in full play. I had heard that somebody went to jail. Somebody's baby mom had gone to jail for stabbing somebody's baby mom. NBA YoungBoy got stabbed. I don't know if this is factual or not. But here comes my news source. Jasmine, did NBA YoungBoy get stabbed recently?
No,
his baby mama got stabbed. Here's what I'm getting.
His baby mama got stabbed by somebody or by him.
Yeah. By who?
By Floyd Mayweather.
By Floyd Mayweather. This is what made the story interesting. Floyd Mayweather's here's Google is your friend. Floyd Mayweather, because I don't know what her name is. Floyd Mayweather's daughter.
Ain't she like 12?
Oh, of course, Iyanla Mayweather.
How old is she?
Stabbed. And actually, yes, as of yesterday,
today,
she has been arrested for felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. TMZ reported that 19-year-old Iyanla stabbed another woman, LaPatra Lashai Jacobs, in a confrontation over her boyfriend, NBA YoungBoy. Now, and no disrespect to anybody that likes NBA YoungBoy, why is he one of the most popular rappers still? And this is a question that I have. This is a question that I have constantly. I'm trying to figure out why he's so popular. Why is he dating Floyd Mayweather's daughter? And why is Floyd Mayweather's daughter stabbing another woman
over him?
Yes, over NBA YoungBoy. These are many questions that I have that I don't necessarily care for them to be answered.
I think it's.
I'll be honest.
Honestly, I don't really care what the answer is, but it is. Okay.
It's just something that came across my news feed again. Like I said,
Floyd is, as we know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree because Floyd did do time in jail for allegedly beating his girlfriend.
That's right.
As we know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So any measures,
it's sad.
It is sad. I think it's funny as well because it's just like.
I'm trying not to laugh, but my thing is that, like, yo, in all this madness that's taking place, this is what you found time to do. And
to go stab somebody's baby. Yeah, like you're Floyd's daughter.
This is what you found time to do, and I know you got money.
This is what hurts daughter. Me. You already know you can go do something else.
Cause I'm broken. If there was anybody I wanted to stab, I can't think of who it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, I got wild time to stab somebody if I really wanted to, but I
don't know who.
I can't think of one person that I would honestly want to leave my, like we said about Tekashi. I don't know who I would want to leave my house and stab. I'm not trying to catch the Ronies on a murk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get
Man, shout out to Tekashi 6ix9ine. No,
if he's really out, again, still, sir. If
you think he's gonna drop an album,
please be safe. Oh, you know what? All right, so we had this to bring up that him getting out conversation. This is, again, to me, the perfect situation for him because we said if he puts out music, will anybody listen? No one has a choice but to listen now.
You have no choice. Oh, this is the perfect time.
And not to say that I was his biggest fan music-wise. Like, obviously, there was a couple
tracks that I liked.
There was a couple hits, especially because he was a New York artist. But, like, his album as a whole, I honestly, like, I'm 100% on the fact that, like, he was just some kid that got into some gang shit and they started putting money behind him and he just felt like, oh, let me keep yelling on tracks because y'all like it. So I think that's honestly what his thing was. Can't respect how he went about everything, but you got to respect the fact that this is just some kid from New York that was like, oh, y'all gonna pay me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I definitely think
what it is.
I definitely think he took advantage of, like, the I think he was taken advantage of, and he took
definitely.
advantage. He was definitely taken advantage of.
Not taking any fault away from him still, because he
Yeah.
was fully aware of all this dumb shit that he was doing.
He was. I think it goes on both sides again. Like I was saying, on one side, he was taken advantage of like, yo, this kid is gonna blow up. We can kind of funnel money through him. Da 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 da. But at the same time, he took advantage of them because it's like, I'm gonna use the what do you call it? Like the credibility of the gang. I'm gonna use the credibility of the gang to like make it seem like I'm more dangerous and more hood.
It was an effective business.
Yeah, it was very mutually. It was mutually beneficial.
It worked out for a while. It worked out for a little bit.
It worked out. The gangs were happy. He was happy. Why not? You know,
so they started fucking his baby moms. Then, you know,
and then that was it. And
they
then
couldn't take the gang member out of the gang. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't take the gang out of the gang member.
What fucked it up was that I think he found out that money was being stolen from him.
That too. He was like, "Oh, I could be getting this," and they was like,
"Yeah, it was like I could be getting this, but really,
no, you could not. You wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for us right now, boy."
Like, but I just didn't think he was aware that they were funneling the money through him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't think he was aware of that. I think he just thought that they were trying to push him out, get him some money.
He was a very colorful money laundering scheme.
Yeah, he was a very, very big money laundering scheme.
That's all he was.
And I don't think he knew that. And I don't think the gangs knew that he was just with them for the hype.
Yeah.
So
they thought he was down. They was like, all right, so it's time for the street shit. He was like, no, sir.
No.
Do you know I
have a show in Switzerland right now?
You know my word. Do you know I'm making millions of dollars and my hair is painted rainbow colored? I think anybody that would try to find me for real would know exactly where to find me.
Exactly.
But yeah, shout out to Daniel Fernandez once again. Hope he's I do hope I wouldn't wish bad on anybody, so I do hope he's staying safe. You know what I'm saying? But,
stay safe. Yeah, I hope he stays safe. I would like to see him put out music. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm trying to put some music out in this time, my guy. I'm trying to put some music out.
He gonna put some. That shit gonna be fire.
I'm trying to figure out how his stuff. I don't know. Who's co-signing it? Tory Lanez might get on the track.
I think so.
Tory Lanez might still be down with him. A Boogie said he's not.
I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't think people really care now.
That's like that whole. We're in a time where.
Yeah, I don't think.
What is there to care about? And as we were entering that, what is there to care about time? I feel like we're literally in the most what is there to care about time possible.
I don't think people. I don't.
It hurts. I'm scared to see where things are gonna go. Again, I do want to mention in this time because I've said this on this podcast before. I'm pretty sure. Find the movie Idiocracy.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be that.
Find the movie Idiocracy. I gotta find if anybody knows if it's on Hulu, let me know so we can find it. If you've never seen the movie Idiocracy, I'm not even gonna describe it. All I'm just gonna say is that more and more are we getting closer to those times, and I'm scared. That's all I gotta say.
For one, shout out to Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, word.
Shout out to Terry Crews.
Shout out to Terry Crews.
But I do think we're getting into a idiosyncratic society. I do think everything is kind of dumb and now. You know what movie you got to see that I think this shit is really going to turn.
I haven't watched Contagion in all this time, and
people keep saying that.
People keep saying it's gonna scare it because there's a dude that's on CNN that was in the movie. Saying all the same stuff. You must wash your hands. You must stay 6 feet away. Like he was saying all the same stuff in that movie. And I'm like, I don't know if I can watch that because I'd be tight.
Contagion is a very extreme version of what is going on right now. I wouldn't watch it right now because it will scare you. It will scare the shit out of you.
I bet money it would.
But going back to what we were talking about, the way society is going, I think if you watch the movie. There's two movies where I think the society is gonna go into if you have a chance to watch them, and if you haven't seen them, I'll just explain them.
Westworld, nah.
Not Westworld. I think there's this movie called Surrogate with Bruce Willis. So the movie is basically about people. So regular people, they stay in their house. They don't go outside, and they have these pods where they sit in. And like it's like these chamber pods, and then they control like another human that looks exactly like them, but it's a
Kind of
robot.
Westworld-ish, kind of. There's a few movies that's like that, but
Yeah. It's like a robot that they control in the real world, but they don't go outside the real person. They just stay at home. I think it could happen like that. Here's another movie I think is going to happen.
Oh.
And this is only for rich people. So there's a movie called The Island.
Purge. There's another movie I just saw like that too. I can't remember what it was, but I saw The Island, and there's another movie I was watching recently that is very similar to that as well. I can't remember what it was. When it was something similar to that, where people had to like buy a person or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen with rich people. Like The Island could really happen. Like people could really. So basically, The Island was there is this pretty much this chamber or this underground lab where there's just a bunch of regular humans just roaming around, and
it's all Black Mirror shit for real.
It is some Black Mirror shit, and basically they're fed like a really good diet. They're exercising. They're basically kept on this regimen. But the people in the fucking lab are clones of like rich people. So whenever a rich person, say for example, if you have a kidney failure or like you need a heart transplant or a blood transfusion, you would just go back to your clone that's in the lab. They would kill it.
Come off that lung for me real quick, sir.
Yeah, they would kill the clone and they would give the part that you need to you, which I think is fucking genius. But,
absolutely genius. But when you realize that those are actual people living actual lives that have actual feelings, and like you're not just gonna take me and try to steal all my liver every single time you need something. You know? That's when shit starts getting out of control. Which is why I think all this like technology, AI stuff is gonna get very. I mean, they've been showing us movies for a long time. All this stuff is gonna get out of hand. And again, I'll just say I'm scared. I'm honestly a little.
I'm scared. I'm a little scared. I'm scared.
I just watched Her yesterday for the first time.
I didn't see that. What I'm scared is how this whole virus is like going to change how like we interact with each other now. Like,
let's talk about this.
What's going to be the norm now? That even though, like, once this whole shit blows over, like, are we going to be back outside? Everybody going to be cool with each other, or is it going to be on some like, is this digital of us doing Zoom meetings and all that other stuff, where people are trying to keep their distance from each other, is that going to be like the new norm?
All right. So I don't want to get too much into the conspiracy stuff right away, but I do think that this is, I don't know if it's on purpose, if it's bracing us for what's to come, if it's human control for the future, trying to get us in a state where people can watch us, the NSA can watch us at all times because our cameras are on us and we're sitting perfectly still in our homes and no one else is going anywhere else. But for human interaction, it's definitely going to change. Like I was just even telling people, like, I feel like, the arm bump, the elbow bump is going to be, the hug and the handshake is not going to be as prevalent. People are going to try to keep distance from each other. I was starting to tell you earlier, I had gone outside for the first time in a couple weeks yesterday to just walk to the store. And the amount of people I seen outside was still a little alarming. I'm like, y'all
still out here?
You know what I'm saying? But everybody was wearing masks, you know what I'm saying? I had gloves on. I had an extra layer of clothes on just cause, you know what I'm saying? Human interaction is going to be very different. This trash-ass Rite Aid that's right across the street finally put up some self-checkout lanes. And I'm like, hallelujah. First off on that, because I hate coming in here and having to actually talk to somebody. Especially since they take way too long in the first place. So that's already breaking the contact rules. So I'm glad they put those machines in. But yeah, there might be a lot more machines now, like we said, to not have to deal with interacting with human beings. But at the same time, companies like a McDonald's who have already started putting machines up.
The kiosk. You know why they did that though, right?
Because they don't want to pay nobody, and two, they want to keep the money flowing.
They was like, yo,
whatever.
People in places like McDonald's was complaining like we want to have like a $15 an hour wage. Oh yeah. And they was like, fuck that. We're gonna put up these self-checkout kiosks.
Watch this.
Y'all want y'all $15? Fuck that.
And I think the minimum wage did actually go up to 15 at some point,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm not bugging. Yeah, but I
That's what they
have
did with,
used a couple kiosks at McDonald's since then, which is
that's what they
hilarious.
did with all the people at the tolls.
Mm.
Like when you drive in, if you've noticed that, I don't know how it is in California.
Oh, I
But
was gonna
like
say in New York, yeah,
in New
they
York,
switched it up.
everybody, all the toll people, they eliminated them and just put the camera takes a picture of your car and then they send you a bill. They get they technology. This is the thing. Technology is what's gonna fuck us up.
Yeah.
Like we worried about Mexicans taking our jobs, but it's like robots are gonna take our jobs, bro.
Now, do you want to touch on this 5G business? Because I don't want to come at it. I don't want to come at it with no knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really know too much about the conspiracy around 5G.
And Phoenix, if you're there, if you wanna jump in on any of this, if you have any theories, feel free to jump in. But all I'm gonna say is that over the last couple years or so, and this is becoming a real big topic in this coronavirus situation. Also, if it's connected, beyond me, who knows? But over the past few years, technology is always advancing. People are trying to get our cell phones to have stronger networks and stuff like that. So 4G has been 4G has been a big thing for probably majority of the last decade. So now we're upgrading to 5G. 5G, which would allow you to do crazier things, have better service, better FaceTime calls, be able to do crazy things like download a movie in a minute or something like that, a full-length movie. The towers that they put up for this stuff emit like 20 times the amount of radiation that you would get if you were sitting inside of a microwave. So like they can't grow trees around these things because of the stuff they people get sick way easier if they live within the vicinity of one.
Towers.
And also on top of that, again, can't say how factual this is, but people that have allegedly done studies have said that the places that these towers are the most prevalent are where the hot spots of the surge of cases of coronavirus. And part of that is going to because it weakens your immune system because of the radiation. So I can't speak to how true that is, but people have said that the 5G stuff is very dangerous, and people have gone so far as to people that work for the telephone companies driving trucks into the towers to knock them down. And I thought that was super crazy. And O'Day is trying to stay on the low. He don't want nobody to speak on that because he got his 5G phone. He trying to stay on the low. So we're not gonna bring him into this. But yeah, that was just something. I don't know how much you know about that.
I had nothing when people were saying 5G and all that stuff. I had no clue about what it was about. But I can see how a tower emits radiation. And people can get sick, but I don't think that's how the coronavirus started. I think
definitely not how it started, but it's adding to.
I think the people who got affected the most probably just had weak immune systems, but yeah, I think the virus started. So this is what I was told. This is what I heard. So in Wuhan,
our shit about to get cut off. Go ahead.
So in Wuhan, and I only heard this on another podcast. So in Wuhan, they had the market that sells like live animals and stuff like that, right?
All right. Yes, we're gonna get into some more conspiracies because I want to know the level of belief on this. So I want to know how much you believe this. Go ahead.
It's possible. This actually I find more believable than the.
And everybody, we want to encourage you guys to do your research when you have.
Yes, please do your research. Don't take our word for it. Like I'm just going.
No, I don't know whose word to take. I don't take anybody's word, but I'm staying my ass inside and taking a shower every so and so, drinking tea every so and so. You know what I'm saying?
So apparently in China, there's so basically, they're always doing testing on animals. For the most part, whatever you PETA motherfuckers can say, like that's kind of the safest way to test out something for humans is you test it out on an animal. So apparently the demand, once they finish testing on an animal, they sell the animal on the black market. And a lot of those animals obviously are contaminated with disease-ridden shit.
Yo, they don't waste nothing over there, huh?
So they're selling it on the black market. People are eating it. People are getting sick, and then that's how the virus spread. That's what I'm hearing. Now, in terms of the Wuhan market, because that's what they're saying it originated.
Testing it
that the live animal market in Wuhan. I saw pictures of it. And a lot of the shit is very unsanitary. Like it's, they got shit open.
I've been to many different parts of China and seen like markets and stuff like that. Shit is gonna be nasty regardless. Even if you've been in Chinatown in New York City or in Washington D.C. or any place where there's a Chinatown and they have low market, shit is not the most sanitary looking stuff in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's not that sanitary. A lot of they leave a lot of the like stuff is cut up,
just laying out on tables. You know,
it's just laying out there, and then people are taking it home. People are eating stuff raw. You know, that's how
cooking on their little foil little foil grills. And shit.
Yeah, so of course, like that's how you're gonna get a disease or some type of sickness. You know what I mean? And then the shit just probably started out in one person. And the shit mutated. Okay, so you said you ain't never seen Contagion. I gotta spoil it a little bit.
Ah, damn.
So Contagion, this is how Contagion, the shit spread. One, the chef was cutting up, and this is basically at the end of the movie. So the movie starts off. So the movie starts off day 2 of the virus. It doesn't start off day 1.
Right.
It starts off day 2 when somebody. Gwyneth Paltrow's character has it, and then she comes home from China because she was cheating on a man. That's a whole nother story. You got to watch the movie to see it. But she was basically cheating on a man. She went to China, fucked the dude, went to some restaurant, caught the shit, came back to the U.S. with the shit and spread the shit. Now, it started because a bat had the disease, right? The bat eats.
They blame it on the bat again. Yo, Donald Trump just watched this shit
and
was like, "That's what we doing." Like, bet money.
It was literally that's how. So when I heard about the Wuhan shit and the people eating the bats, I'm like,
he was like, "I've seen this movie."
That's fucking Contagion. So the bat eats a banana, right? The bat flies with the banana in its mouth to a farm with pigs and starts eating the fucking banana. A piece of the banana drops. Then the pig eats it. The pig eats the banana. So now the pig's got what the fucking bat has. Then
because it's
saliva or whatever. Then
wash your hands, people.
Yes. Then a guy comes in who owns a restaurant, who's a chef at a restaurant, takes the pig. Then he's fucking with the pig, like cutting it open and shit, like stuffing it because he's about to cook it. And then one of the cooks is like, yo, there's this lady out here. She must be a millionaire. She must fuck with you. Like, come out here, talk to her. Come out here, introduce yourself to her. She's asked to see the chef. He takes his hands and wipes his hands like this. Doesn't wash his shit.
Real niggas don't wash their hands, like you said.
Real niggas don't wash.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, yeah.
Wipes his hands on his cloth and then goes out and shakes her hand. And then that's how it spiraled out.
She's rich, so she gotta touch mad people's hands.
Yeah, she's gotta she gotta see that.
Which is why Donald Trump definitely has it, by the way. I keep saying this.
He got it.
That he refuses to wear a mask also, for whatever reason.
Trump got it.
He refuses to wear a mask. Donald Trump definitely has the coronavirus.
He may not be feeling the symptoms yet, but he's got it.
Guys.
So that's how the shit started spreading. Then she's in the restaurant, touching over mad shit, shaking people's hands, and then that's how the shit spread. And the shit spreads like wildfire.
I thought the pig was going. I thought the pig had more to do with this, but
that's how the pig.
Everybody that ate the pig also got right.
I don't know about that. They didn't show that part. But everybody
they just left it at the pig and brought it to the old lady.
But she's in a restaurant, so she's in a crowd of people. So she's touching people. She's touching the cup. You know, the cup. The waiter touches the cup. Then she's shaking her hand, another person's hand. That person's shaking somebody else's hand. And they were saying, what I heard is that the CDC said that people touch their face an average of 23 times an hour.
I can see that.
You know, sometimes you just be like,
I've been so conscious of how many times I've touched my face, yo. It's scary.
So that's how the shit spread. And that's probably how it happened in Wuhan. Like, somebody probably had it. Honestly, I'm going to keep it a buck. It was probably one person that had it and, like, just started touching mad shit.
I can easily see how stuff can spread. Again, no offense. I've been to China a couple times. I've been over there for weeks at a time. And I keep telling people I'll never go back. You know, you got to pay me lots and lots and lots and lots of money for me to go back. But I can easily see how stuff can get spread over there. Again, you talked about the smog in LA. Like, I could, like, you need a mask in China. You need one just to breathe, because it's like, I don't know, for anybody, and this is, I feel like Joe Budden right now, super, super local. If anybody has ever been to Secaucus Junction on the train, Phoenix, please turn your mic on. If anybody has ever been to Secaucus Junction on the New Jersey Transit, when you get off, it's the stop right after, if you're going to New Jersey, I don't know if you ever had to get off.
Well, when you come back from...
Yeah, when you get off, it's the stop right before the 34th Street.
Yes.
Station, right? Because I lived in Secaucus for a while. So if you ever get off at Secaucus Junction, there is a smell and there's a feeling. It's like something that's tickling the back of your throat, but also like just mushing you in your face at the same time. It's so thick and like sewagey. It's
actual. Nah, it's true, yo. It's true. Secaucus does have it's almost like you're underground.
Yeah.
It sucks because it's an open station, but it just smells
you
like
can see outside. You can see outside.
Yeah, it smells like you are literally
where there's
like,
probably sewage pipes running through.
It smells like you're like just sniffing the exhaust of the train itself, yo.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but
if you ever stood behind a truck, like, or stood behind the bus, like at a light, you know what I'm saying, with the fumes just blowing at you, that's what it smells like, but like a garbage truck.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what China is like. All in the airport, that's what it was like in China. And I was like, I need to find where to buy a mask ASAP, because I can't breathe. I'm just walking with my bag. I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? And you could see how thick the air is. So like yeah. And then like I was in a hotel in China, and me and my boy get in the elevator. Some other dude gets in the elevator. He's already wearing a mask, right? Takes off his mask, lights up a cigarette after he presses the button. I'm like, my nigga. I'm like, we got to go up at least 20-something floors, my guy. Like, why would you wait till you got on the elevator, close the door, and then light a cigarette? Like, I was flabbergasted. People will spit in the elevator while you're in there. It's wild, bro. It's wild. You thought the projects was bad. It is wild, because that's a way of life.
Wow, that's how shit spreads so fast.
It's a way of life out there. And then I told you, I've seen videos, and this is obviously, I would like to say these are the bad Chinese people, not to sound like a Trump, but like I've seen videos of people like coughing and hacking and spitting on like elevator buttons and like on doorknobs and shit. I'm like, what is happening right now? What is happening?
That's crazy.
People trying to spread the virus for whatever reason. But
that's crazy.
That's them same white kids that was licking on that lollipop.
Did you hear about the kid that licked the toilet and then ended up with the coronavirus?
That's what you get. This is not the time. This is not the time. This is not the time to be doing some goofy shit like that.
Yeah, man. So yeah, this shit is crazy, man. Hopefully y'all staying safe out there. Shout out to China though. We can't discriminate on y'all.
Nah.
It is kind of fucked up how like all Asian Americans are like being. See, here's the thing about this. This always brings me back to like the early 90s when like, and even further back when my father was talking about like, I remember I was having a conversation with my father about this a long time ago. And he was talking about Black people try so hard to like prove racial profiling and racial discrimination. Like Black people been saying like we're racially profiled, and America was like, no, like we don't fucking racially profile you. But then what happened? 9/11 happened. And look how
we told y'all.
That's how motherfuckers.
That's when the comedians started living. It was like, yo, I think Chris Rock was probably one of the first people, or maybe Dave Chappelle. Somebody, one of those guys, was the first people to say that it's like Indians are the new black people now. Like,
yeah,
America has come together against them. Like, you know.
And now look, after this Corona shit, how all Asians and Asian Americans are being treated.
Rough.
And then niggas be saying there's no racial. My nigga, there's racial profiling.
Yeah,
we've been saying this shit for a long ass time, but y'all not listening.
I'm trying my best not to profile. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, again, like I said, you would hope that everybody follows all the rules and stuff like that. But I'm just upset. I have to sound horrible right now because my neighbor is an Asian dude. And every time I've gone to like take out the garbage, you know, every time I've gone to like do the laundry, every time when I went outside yesterday, every time I go to check on my car, my man's never has a mask on. I'm gloved up. I'd be like, first off, why are you still, every time I come outside, why are you outside? First off.
Chen, come on, Chen.
You know what I know you got a family at home, my guy. Stay home. Stay home, bro. Stay home. So yeah, I just, you know, if you're watching, sir, please stay in your house. Please wear a mask on. I should not see you every time I go outside because I know you outside. So if I'm inside, I know you outside when I'm inside too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it out there. Stay home, everybody. I don't know what else to say.
So what else we got? Oh, we trying to wrap this up.
I think we could probably get on out of here for this one. I definitely wanted to let everybody know we appreciate you. Thank you for listening. If you're still here, anybody that listened to our last episode, please give us some feedback. That was our first time back. You know what I'm saying? We're happy to be back into the swing of things. Not sure how often we're gonna bring these to you, but we have time.
We got a lot. We got
so much time. So now we got the recording down. We know what we're doing. We got our lighting and our framing down. It's gonna be good. But yeah, I think that was everything that we wanted to cover today. We talked about all of our shows. We're not gonna talk about the butthole challenge.
Y'all sent me this on Twitter. Oh my god.
Phoenix, where do you keep finding these videos? All right, so I actually want to put this to the screen, and I don't know how, because it's blurry, so YouTube can't be too mad. But this is called the running butthole challenge. This is a butt naked woman that you can't see too well. But she's flying with her butthole towards the camera.
Yo, I'm almost sure I got that shit from Lil Duval's page, yo.
That's possible. Duval is beyond bored at this point, and can also not go live, apparently. So real quick before we get out of here, I'm using the fact that Instagram is like shutting down because I guess everybody and their mama is on it right now. As an excuse to not post anything. I might post something in these times. We talked about how we don't want to be taken back still. But I might post something, but Instagram is making it so a lot of people can't post, a lot of people can't go live.
Yes. I love it.
And it sucks, but
I love it.
I was trying to stay off of social media anyway. So
I love how people are still trying to throw up throwback pics and show us that they was doing something back 2 years ago. Yep. I mean, come on, man. Come on with the cap. But
that's what you gotta do because people have to entertain. They have to entertain.
But
I'm waiting for the TikToks to die down. But like I said, I'm gonna keep this podcast going.
We're gonna keep the podcast going.
The pod is still going.
I'm gonna keep the Rona series going.
Keep the Rona series going. What is your tell the people real quick? What is your purpose with the Rona series? I want to get. Is it just like to show like, yo, I'm messing with my camera and?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, for you guys that know who listen, you know that I'm a filmmaker, and as a filmmaker, I have like a ton of equipment of my own, which I still fuck with other people with their own equipment, but I have my own shit. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, I have all this equipment. Like, I can't just be sitting here not doing nothing. So why don't I just make some videos? And I'm not trying to be like some motivational speaker or whatever like that or whatever. I am thinking about, I'm just thinking about shit that just pops up in my head. And I'm like, let me make a little video of it. And then I try to show like my filmmaker aspect by putting some like nice B-roll and stuff.
Fire. You gotta credit the music people because I was very interested in what song that was that you used.
Yeah, I do. I usually just put I don't own the rights to the song, but I do because I think they don't take you down if you if you credit the person and just let them know that you don't own the rights to it. I don't think Instagram will fuck with you.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, but I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm glad you was helping Chef Taj out with her cooking videos again. Like I said too. And yeah, the one thing, and this is what we came in as we're wrapping up. This is the one thing that we came in that we had to record another episode because we said you had posted on your story on God, if you don't come out of this quarantine with a new skill, your side hustle started, more knowledge, or anything like that, you never lacked the time. You lacked discipline. And I will be one person to admit here on the airwaves that I have lacked discipline most of my life. And I feel like I still do. But the one thing that I'm not going to give up is my side hustle, which in this case would be the podcasting. And I'm constantly gaining knowledge. I'm always reading. I'm always YouTubing, Googling, and meditating, and just trying to learn more. Like there's a lot of books out there that I've been able to get my hands on and stuff like that. So I'm very grateful about that. But hold on. Phoenix wanted to correct that just now. He said, he crossed out that you never lack time, you lack discipline. But he also said, you are doing just fine. We are going through a collective traumatic experience. Not everyone has the privilege of turning a pandemic into something fun and productive. That is for all the people out there that can't figure out what to do with themselves. But I honestly think you should get more knowledge.
I think Phoenix is right. I think Phoenix is right. We can't. Phoenix don't want to take credit for him because he found it.
Right now, it was. He said it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I have seen that on Instagram as well, and
it's my first time seeing this one. But I agree because there's like I said, I lack discipline. I admit to lacking discipline. So there's times where I feel like I may not have the energy. I may not have the wherewithal. I may not have I may not even feel like it. I may not feel like doing anything today. And there's definitely days within this last 2 or 3 weeks that I haven't felt like doing shit. Yesterday was one of them, and I will admit to it, But I know that because I have so much time, that even if there's a day that I feel like shit, I know tomorrow I could get up. If I feel the little bit of motivation to be like, damn, I want to do something to make it feel like I'm doing something, put on a podcast.
Yeah.
And listen to somebody, you know what I'm saying? I know, like I said, I'm gonna put on a book if I just want to get away from my girl and go sit in my car for a little bit. I'll listen to a book. Kobe Bryant has hours and hours worth of material. There's you know what I'm saying, Audible, YouTube has books. Anything and everywhere you can find some type of knowledge to help yourself, man. To get better at your own craft too.
I think it's two sides to it. I think yes, we are in a traumatic situation right now, but most of us are home with absolutely nothing to do. And I think for me, that's why I started doing those Rona videos, because it was just like, I've always said like I wanted to try my hand in doing like some type of like vlogging or whatever.
Absolutely.
I never really wanted to. Yeah, I never really wanted to be like a vlogger, but I wanted to do some type of vlog style stuff. And I wanted
to ask how long that took you to make also, because I feel like that's literally you just like, if you weren't making those videos before, now it's going to be way easier for you to do it.
Exactly. It was hard because one, I was nervous as fuck. I was, even like doing this podcast, like I was nervous to even just do it because I'm like, shit, like I'm not no fucking personality. I'm just me, so with the videos that I've been doing on Instagram, it was like, you know what, let me just take this time to just do it. Let's see what happens, and maybe after this whole thing is done, maybe I'll continue to do it. I don't know, you know what I mean? But at least in this time, it's the perfect time to start doing something. And even now, like I've had a couple friends that started posting, their own little shits, not necessarily as high quality as mine, no brag. No shit talking, but like they hit me and was like, yo, like I've been inspired to like do some of my own shit, because I've been wanting to do that for a long time. So to see that it's inspired other people to do stuff, like that's big.
So I definitely encourage anybody, especially if you have a dream or a goal or just something that you fuck with, something that you think is cool that you wanted to learn how to do. I might have my girl teach me how to play piano in this time, man. Like, find something to be inspired by if you feel like you're having a hard time, and use that inspiration to get yourself to another level. Like you said, Chase might have people following him that never even thought about picking up a camera, but everybody got an iPhone. And I always wanted to do some video type shit. Tell me how to do this. Tell me how to edit that. You know what I'm saying? You never know who who you're inspiring. It just so happens that a lot of people are being inspired by other people doing TikTok, but there's, there's
you guys,
you know what I'm saying? There's
exactly.
other stuff out there.
That's the thing that pisses me off about it.
There's
too,
other stuff
it's
out
like,
there. There's so many followers, bro.
Yeah, that's the
it's
thing
alright,
that kind of pisses me off about it, because it's like when it comes to like these TikTok things and these challenges, y'all cool with doing that, but when it comes to like doing something that after this whole thing blows over could take you to another level, suddenly it's, oh, well, don't do that. You don't have to do that because it's fine. Like, that don't make no motherfucking sense. Like,
Word. It's rough, but yeah, that's where we stand on this. I just wanted to make sure that you guys are doing something. Again, don't feel too hard on yourself, man. It's rough. I feel like this as I can speak again, since we getting all soft at the end of the podcast. I feel like I can speak as somebody who's been there. I feel like this is what we're doing now, being confined, is very similar to like being depressed. Like you're boxed in, you can't go nowhere, you can't do nothing, you feel worthless, so it hurts. So I could tell everybody that is going through this that if you feel lost, like there's ways to get yourself up out of it. Understand that it's going to be over at some point. Understand that you have so much time to work on yourself, to improve yourself, to find peace. And I'm going to meditate hard after this too. So yeah, we got
me too.
Yeah,
I gotta go get some groceries. I gotta get some toilet paper. I'm
finally going back out to get some groceries at some point soon. And I hope you guys are staying safe. Don't forget to take a shower, strip all your clothes, and don't touch those clothes ever again after you come back from the store until after you wash them.
All right. Any shout outs? You got any shout outs?
All right. So my shout outs, once again, I want to shout out to the wonderful, the great DJ D Nice, once again, who's still going strong. Shout out to all the DJs out there again. My guy DJ Dents was doing something. There was a few other DJs out there. So yeah, Phoenix was doing something, you know what I'm saying? All the DJs out there. Shout out to Tory Lanez, who's been running his quarantine TV show as well, and he's been very successful. I just saw a bunch of videos of him and Wiz Khalifa chopping it up, which I thought was pretty dope. So he's keeping the people entertained. He had like 160,000 people in his live. Wanted to shout out to the Joe Budden podcast. All the wonderful people of the Joe Budden podcast have been keeping me very entertained, and I just listened to their last episode, which they might come back. But Joe, Rory, Maul, who is it? Erickson, Savon, Alex the Great, shout out Alex, and of course Parks for holding it down. They finally jumped into the quarantine, and they're all gonna split up. So shout out to them for that. Stationhead people, once again, I gotta shout out Stationhead. If anybody in this harsh time needs somebody to talk to, if they're making music, if they want to figure out a way to get their voice out there and be heard, all you need is an iPhone. Download the app Stationhead. It pulls music from Apple Music and also Spotify, so you can get streams if you're an artist, or if you just want to get on there and talk and maybe even start your own podcast, do so. So shout out to my girl Taylor Shante, TC Media on Stationhead, who's been doing her thing, killing the game. She was ranked number 13, one of the top stations on the whole app. And also my guy DJ Hover, Ian Strictly Business, who's been running this thing and convinced me to do a show with him on this upcoming Monday. So y'all hear more about that too. That's my shout outs. And shout out to my beautiful girlfriend Jasmine, who's giving me the craziest face right now because I'm sitting on the couch and have been ignoring her for the last hour and a half. Hi, babe. Hi, love you.
I don't really have too many shout outs.
She's been playing up with me this whole time. She ain't killed me yet. So.
I don't really have too many shout outs. I want to shout out to everybody who has been supporting the Rona series, who has been showing love and enjoying the content that I've been putting out. I definitely want to give a big shout out to you guys. There will be more episodes coming as this virus still takes over the city. I will do my best to put out as much as I can. And for the most part, I only do shit that I only do shit that just comes to mind and I want to talk about. So that's what it is. So shout out to everybody who's been supporting that. That's really all I got this week.
Shout out to anybody that's celebrating a birthday.
Yeah, if you got
sorry if Rona ruined your birthday.
Sorry if we ruined your birthday. But sorry if the Rona ruined your birthday.
We gotta come up with a tighter ending for next. Happy birthday. We gotta come up with a tighter ending for the next episode. Because the last time we was just like, yo. But yeah, you got something for us?
I really don't have too much, but if you inside, please stay your ass inside. Stay safe. Stay sanitized.
As Samuel L. Jackson said.
As Samuel L. Jackson said, yes. Unfortunately, I know, some of our listeners, you don't have any hoes. So, there's always Pornhub.
He's right here with you. Pornhub, putting out there, because I'm a fan of the hub. Pornhub is issuing free Pornhub Premium during this entire time. If you've been on there, you know this already. If you've been on, you know this already.
You know what it is too. What's funny?
The premium is not that much more special than.
You know what also is funny?
I'm looking at the wrong things, but go ahead.
The thing that also is funny, two things. One, the spike in like women, not just women, but people who started like OnlyFans pages has spiked as like crazy increased. The number of users who signed up for it has increased. And like I follow a couple, saying. And they be like, they're doing discounted prices on their OnlyFans pages. They're doing discounted prices. I think it's like $1 to sign up.
You better not.
So shout out actually, I want to give a shout out to everybody I want to give a shout out to everybody who said they was going to start an OnlyFans page and started it because of this whole shit. I want to give y'all a big shout out.
Big shout out to them, especially if they're making some money off of it, and if it's somebody specifically that you've been wanting to see them on OnlyFans for a while.
Yes, so big shout out to them. That's all I have.
You gotta make that money, yo. You gotta make that money.
So I guess if you have any parties, any social gatherings, any events, please don't invite anybody. Make sure you stay your ass home. But if you have any virtual parties, virtual events, or virtual events, please don't invite us. Please don't ask us where the hoes at, because we don't have any hoes. And again, it's the Bros With No Hoes podcast.
Peace.